Recently, we were in North Carolina visiting family, and we had to go up to Virginia, and we didn't want to take the regular highway. We wanted to do something scenic, and Larry had been to Outer Banks. I never had, so he had read about the North Carolina Department of Transportation ferry system, which is quite extensive, close to 24 ferries, 7 different routes, running daily, hundreds and hundreds of trips. So we kind of mapped it out, and we decided that we could do it in a day. We could take 3 different ferries, put our car on 3 different ferries, and hop over the Outer Banks. One of the islands is Ocracoke, which you can only get there by boat. So we decided that we were going to do that for the whole day, just enjoy the scenic view and really enjoy most of it by boat with our car. We're so glad we did it. It was a beautiful day. We got to really enjoy the scenery. He didn't have to drive so much. The ferry system and operators run a tight ship. They know what they're doing. And we got to really see a lot of things that we want to go back to see, and some things that we thought we don't really need to see again. So it was a neat way to kind of get a snapshot of the Outer Banks for me. Hope you enjoy. The first ferry was the one from Minnesott Beach to Cherry Branch. It was a 20-minute long ferry. It was free. We actually caught the first ferry of the day. We got right on. We got there just in time. And it was really neat to be the first ferry of the day. We saw the beautiful sunrise. It was very quick. There wasn't too many people on it. Because it was so early in the morning, nothing was really open, and to be honest with you, there really is nothing along that route all the way to Cedar Island. It was just a really pretty drive. We did end up stopping at one gas station because we weren't sure if there was going to be anything else open. When we got to Cedar Island, we were pleasantly surprised what we found there. There's not a lot, but there was a really neat RV park and a horse stable, some renovations being done on an old motel, and just the water itself was beautiful. There was boating access, so this is definitely a place we'll go to again. We also thought that the visitor center was definitely worth going into. Since this ferry is going to takes about 2.5 hours, it's definitely worth going to the restroom here, and it's got some historical artifacts inside the visitor centers worth stopping in. The second ferry that we put our car onto was the Cedar Island to Ocracoke. This was by far the longest ferry ride of the day. It was 2.5 hours, and it was about $5 a person. It just takes you right to Ocracoke, and Ocracoke you cannot get to by car at all. So if you're gonna go there, you have to get there by boat. And what's better than getting there with your car? So it worked out really well. Once we got to Ocracoke, the a very small little island. So we got off the boat and we drove a little bit through the downtown. Cute. We didn't stop. We'll definitely go back. And then we were heading out and we stopped at a brewery called the 1718 Brewery, and we just sat there for a little bit. It was a beautiful day. We sat for about a half an hour, and then we headed to catch the next ferry. The third and final ferry of the day was from Ocracoke to Hatteras. It was about 40 minutes, and that's because it doesn't go straight. It kind of has to go up and around like a U shape. And that ferry was free as well. This ferry ride was by far the most crowded, which is fine, but you really couldn't open your car door to get out. I mean, you could, but it was very tight. We just stayed in the car the whole time. It was a nice, smooth ride, but it was definitely jam-packed. And as you can see in the video, by the time we got off the Hatteras ferry, it was still plenty of daylight. We felt like we didn't really drive much at all, yet we made a lot of leeway up through the Outer Banks. We ended up driving a little bit and then having a nice dinner and really enjoyed our 3 ferry rides. Hopefully you'll get to try one of the ferries one day. We hope this video helped you on your travels. Thanks for watching.